Christe Chen and Bradley Dawson seemed to have the perfect fairy tale romance, but that romance would turn deadly just 6 months after their wedding during their honeymoon in Fiji. Chen was a newly graduated former baker turned pharmacist, and Dawson was an IT specialist for a nonprofit based in Memphis. The pair met in November 2021 and just 3 short months later married in February of 2022. Chen's friends were concerned when she married Dawson just 3 months after meeting him, especially since he was recently divorced, but they were hopeful that she had finally found the love of her life. Early married life for the couple seemed to go off without a hitch, despite having to postpone their honeymoon. They had just bought a new townhome together and were settling into newlywed bliss. Then in July of 2022, Chen and Dawson headed on their honeymoon. On July 7th, Chen and Dawson checked into the luxurious all inclusive Turtle Island resort in Fiji that Chen's parents had gifted them for their wedding. The first 2 days of their honeymoon were relaxing, but things took a turn for the worse on the night of July 9th. Chen and Dawson were enjoying a night of partying on the beach with hotel staff and guests. Partygoers would recall that the pair seemed heavily intoxicated when a heated argument broke out. Dawson began dancing and acting inappropriately with another woman at the party, and Chen called him out. Chen was visibly upset and enraged and left the party with Dawson chasing after her. Their argument continued the entire walk down the beach back to their private bungalow. The argument continued once the couple got inside their bungalow, and according to witnesses next door, they heard intense arguing and banging, followed by a loud scream and then silence. The next day, Chen and Dawson failed to come down for both breakfast and lunch, which wasn't that unusual. However, by 3 p.m., a maid became very concerned that they had missed both meals and decided to go and check on the couple. After several attempts to get the couple to come to the door, the maid entered the room and discovered Chen's bruised and battered body in a pool of blood slumped against the cracked toilet. And Dawson was nowhere to be found. He had fled the island by kayak to another nearby island. 36 hours after the discovery of Chen's body, Dawson was arrested. On his person, he had his passport, over $1,000 in cash, and a credit card belonging to Chen. During his interrogation, Dawson allegedly confessed in detail to the events that took place on the night of Chen's death. He described a violent drunken scuffle that left Chen severely injured but alive when he fled the island by kayak, claiming that he just wanted to give her space. Chen's autopsy revealed that she had suffered multiple traumatic injuries to her body and shoulders. She had deep lacerations on her face next to her eyes, and she had suffered a blunt force trauma to the head, resulting in a brain bleed, which would later be determined as her cause of death. Shortly after Dawson's confession and upon obtaining counsel, he recanted everything he told police and entered a plea of not guilty. Dawson is still sitting in a prison cell in Fiji as his bail was denied, with his attorneys stating that it could take up to 2 years before the trial gets started. If found guilty, Dawson will be facing life in prison. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'll see you next time.